Alright, so welcome everyone, and here in this section we would like to talk about the assets of our scene file. First, I would like to discuss about the tree, which is a very important element of our scene, and this will going to get burned away. So what we're going to do, first of all, we'll take a look at closely the construction of this tree. This tree was, initially blocked out inside the Maya and later was taken inside the Mudbox to create the finer details of its surface and all. And later I've extracted the displacement map so that we can use inside the Maya during the process of the rendering with the help of the displacement approximation, okay, which is just for your refresh, is a fairly simple technique and the best algorithm, what I could say, in the production pipelines to you can say to extract out the details inside the mesh once it will undergo the rendering process. All right, so that would really going to help us in calibrating the details of the surface. If I'm gonna select the tree here, you can see that we do have the 7600 approximately 7594 faces of the polygons. Okay, and if I'm gonna open up the Hypershade for you, you can see that we have provided the tree shader, which is containing approximately two major maps. One is the diffuse map that is directly put it inside the color section, and another one is the displacement map with the displacement.exr file, because I'm using the 32-bit EXR files for the displacement map. And there is a displacement utility which is going directly inside the shading group of this shader. So this is absolutely good once it will gonna come out in the rendering. Okay, so I hope so you must have understood the process of the tree, and just don't worry about that. We're also going to tell you how to provide the map and the displacement approximation editor, everything with that in the later section of this course. Second, now let's just move towards the other elements of the scene, and here you can see that I have the background, which is also fairly simply constructed inside the Mudbox. It's a single piece of the plane on which I constructed and sculpted out the details of the rocks and the stones, you can say. And the good thing is that the auto retopo feature of the Mudbox is really awesome. So we just convert the geometry, and again same thing, we just extracted out the displacement maps and all, and we're going to use them inside our rendering. Okay, and finally we do have another polygon object, which is the sky, which is, you can say, the background. All right, another cool thing is that we are also providing the disintegrations of our render while utilizing the render layers inside the Maya. What this will do, everybody could guess it out. It's so easy to predict that this will going to make our task more easier, and we can extract much details inside our compostings. All right, so I also going to discuss everything, all these layer setups, all like for your information. I do have the occlusion, I have the separate sky layer, I have the fog pass. The fog pass here, I'm just utilizing the fluids of the Maya so that we could get some better depth of the field as well as the realism inside the scene, because as you can see that it's such a big scene, so there are possibility and chances that we do have some fog, or you can say less visibility on those things that are being farther away from the camera. So once we're gonna go inside the outliner, you can see that I have created the B_G fluids, which is the background fluids. And if I'll again gonna come back to the master layer and put them to the visible, Shift H, and I can select them again and can hide them up. All right, so this was all the information regarding the scene file and the assets. All right, now we're going to use only 1, 2, and 3 polygon assets inside our scene, and we also do have some other lighting source that I also going to share with you once we get started with our course and the the other sections. All right, so for now we are just focusing upon only 3 things, which is, one is the tree, another is the background, and third one is the sky dome. All right, so now let's just move to the next section.